Hey everybody, it's Anna and welcome back to my Booktube channel. Today I'm going to be talking about my plans for Shaketember 2025. This is an event that takes place here on Booktube, and it's designed to get more people reading and talking about the works of William Shakespeare, whom I already love, so this is not a tough sell for me, but I am really excited to be back to doing this event. I think I did it once before, pre-pandemic. It's hard to remember. This event has been going on for a while, so I think I did it once before, but I don't exactly remember when. But anyway, it is hosted by Jason from Old Blues Chapter and Verse, Kelly from Books I'm Not Reading, and Nicole from A Day of Small Things. They have their own sort of reading schedules and video schedules that they have shared on their channels, so I will make sure to have all of that information in the description box down below. And excuse me if I sound like I have a little bit of a frog in my throat. It is because, unfortunately, my entire household has been battling sickness, and we're just now getting on the other side of it. So, still a little stuffy, but here we go. All right, so I have decided to put 3 things on my official TBR for this challenge, and then I have given myself 2 bonus books. So the idea is I'm going to be reading one thing from my TBR each week. I gave myself a final week of September to sort of do my wrap-ups and any final thoughts, and then I gave myself 2 bonus books in case I felt like being a little extra ambitious with my reading. So for the first week, which is going to be the week of September 6th, I'm reading King Lear. This is partially because the hosts are doing some videos on King Lear this same week, so I thought it would be nice to reread that. I've read it quite a few times. I've read all of the Shakespeare plays, the sonnets, the poems, everything. This is what happens when you study English and you're in the student Shakespeare in the Park group as well. So this will be a reread for me, but it's definitely overdue for a reread. The week of September 13th, I'm actually going to be pivoting over to reading Edward II by Christopher Marlowe, which I have never read. Marlowe was a contemporary playwright of Shakespeare's, and I believe it was Nicole from A Day of Small Things who's going to be reading Edward II, so I figured it would be kind of nice to join in on that. And then for the third week, which is the week of September 20th, I'm going to be reading Tyrant by Stephen Greenblatt. The subtitle of this is Shakespeare on Politics, and it is basically a literary study of the characters of Shakespeare's tyrannical rulers and their tyrannies, and I think that this is going to be a very timely read as well. When did this come out? Excuse me. 2018. So yeah, kind of before a lot of the present flavor of tyranny is going on, but definitely while it was still happening in 2018. So I'm going to be reading this. I think I'm going to enjoy it. I've always loved reading Stephen Greenblatt's Shakespeare books. And then I have the week of the 27th to do my wrap-ups and final thoughts. So I will share with you also what my 2 bonus books are going to be. Both of these are novels that are based off of Shakespeare plays, some more loosely than others. One of them is Birnam by Eleanor Catton. The title is, of course, a reference to the play Macbeth, but this is about a group of fringe environmentalists trying to take over land that's owned by a private business, kind of in the name of this new experimental project for radically redistributing land. I have not read this yet, but it has been on my radar for a really long time, and I've definitely checked it out of the library on more than one occasion, despite not actually having started or finished it. So maybe this will be the time. Who knows? And then the next one is Enter the Body by Joy McCullough. This is a young adult book, which I don't usually read a ton of anymore, but I really liked Blood, Water, Paint by Joy McCullough, and this says that the book gives a voice to the cast of the young women who die in Shakespeare's most iconic plays, focusing on the stories of Juliet, Ophelia, and Cordelia. Best-selling author of Blood, Water, Paint, Joy McCullough brilliantly weaves retellings of Romeo and Juliet, Hamlet, and King Lear into a larger story of young women reclaiming their stories in the aftermath of trauma. So I know that I like this author. I think that this book will probably be pretty straightforward for me to get to. It's also written in verse, so it's, not the 500-page chonker that Birnam is. So yeah, that's what I'm planning on reading for Shaketember this year. Are you going to be participating in the challenge as well? I think the whole idea is just to make Shakespeare more approachable and accessible for people, so I don't even think you really need to have like a huge, massive TBR for this. You can just read one thing or like watch an adaptation of one of the plays or something like that. It seems very like DIY in terms of what you're encouraged to do. So let me know, and if you're not planning on participating but you do want to share something with me, let me know like what is a favorite character from Shakespeare or a favorite adaptation that you've seen. So yeah, as always, thank you all so very much for watching. I will see you in the next one. Bye!